You ever feel like you just want to give up? Like you want to end it all? You might be sitting there right now thinking, I want to kill myself. Well, I can say I've been there. There was a person that was closely connected to my family that actually, at the age of 13, he abused me. And it brought an anger into my life. I didn't understand why it had happened to me. And I didn't know how to deal with the hurt. And I began to try to deal with it through drinking at first. I ran into alcohol as a kid and then on to drugs and any way to really self-medicate the pain that I was feeling in my life. At 21, I had a brain aneurysm that almost killed me. At that time, I didn't even know what aneurysm meant, but what it is where a vessel in your brain bursts, and only 1 out of 3 people survive from it, and they didn't think I was going to survive. My life became so chaotic and so to the point of just falling apart that I wanted to end it. And as I'm trying to end my life, I felt God speak to me and say that He had a call for me. I had a close friend that I knew of that was a strong Christian, and I knew he would be there to help me. So at about 4 in the morning, I called him and told him that I was in the process of committing suicide and I needed help. Cal then began to drive over, and he called an ambulance, and they came and they helped me and they got me better, and then they sent me to a place that could help me deal with the issues in my life, deal with the anger and the pain, and fix this chaos I created for myself. In that place, a man told me a story of a guy named Bartimaeus. And it says in his story that when Jesus came by, he cried out his name, and the people around him told him to hush. But he didn't listen to him, and he continued to scream out his name, Jesus. And then he threw off his cloak and he ran to Jesus to be healed. The interesting thing about the cloak in that story is, back in those days, to be a beggar, to be a blind beggar, you actually had to go before a court. So when he threw off his coat, he threw off his right to be blind. He threw off his right to beg. And that man looked at me and he said, just as Bartimaeus, there's things in your life that you have the right to be mad at, but I needed to throw off that right and go to God for healing, to be used by God. And at that point in my life, it changed my whole direction. You may be thinking there's no way out. Well, I want to tell you that the grace of God can change you and bring you to a place that you never thought. Today, my life is beautiful. I have a wonderful family. There's no chaos. I have a call on my life. God's using me, and He wants to use you. You may think, well, I can't do these things. I can't get out of this. I don't have the strength that it takes to make the steps to let God use me. Well, let me tell you, it's not about you doing anything. It's just reaching out to Him right now where you sit and saying, God, I need your help. You see, that's the incredible thing about grace. It's like if you were to fall in a pool and you were drowning. If somebody were to tell you and give you steps and things you needed to do to get out of that pool, well, it would be hard to get out because you couldn't figure it out. It doesn't make sense. But if somebody were to jump in and save you, that's really what you needed. And Jesus is wanting to jump into your pool and pull you out. And at this point in your life, I want you to give up that right. The right to be angry at yourself, the right to be angry at other people, the right to be mad about the chaos in your life. God wants to take you out of that chaos. He wants to take you out of where you are and bring you into a beautiful place.